What's good, YouTube? It's your girl April, and welcome to Conversations with Soft Rain, where, as always, strength meets softness, independence meets vulnerability, and where every queen is reminded her voice, her truth, her throne. So glad y'all have decided to watch this video. For me, it's Friday night. My house is quiet. I have adorned my messy bun and my moo. And I said, I forgot to go ahead and get this series off the ground for my Plight of the Independent Women Series. If you have not already done so, please go back and watch my intro so you know what we got in store or what I've in store for you. And if you caught that intro video, you already know where we're going to be headed, right? We're going to start at the very beginning with the crown and the cage. Because independence isn't always what people think it is. Y'all remember that song, Independent? Do you know what that means? Independence was popular before that song came out. Independence, I would say, too, was quieter before that song came out. Independence it didn't come about just because women wanted to prove something either. It's not about ego. It's not about arrogance or being difficult. It's not. My truth, my independence, honestly, is just born out of survival. It's where that survival gives you both a crown and a cage. So earlier this week, I was on the No Middleman podcast the No Middleman panel over at the Souls of Thought podcast. And if you have not done so, please go over there, like, comment, subscribe, watch Norris's content. He has some great content over there. Catch the episode that I'm going to be talking about. I can't remember exactly which day it was on, but Norris, the host, he came across a TikTok from tonight's conversation. And honestly, it stopped me in my tracks because she explained single motherhood so simply. And it's what I've always to articulate. So let's watch it together and then we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And here it is. We're going to hit the play button and we're going to listen to what Miss Ma'am has to say.
Think that, there's such a difference between dating as a single woman and then dating as a single mother. Yeah. Because I don't have the leeway to wait on no man to get things done. So I would love to be this dependent, my man is going to take care of it person, but I can't wait on you because I have a child that's waiting on me. So it has to get done regardless. So men who date women with children, you have to keep in mind that you have to do it in a timely manner, but it's going to get done whether you do it for her or not, because my kids are depending on me to get these things done. Whether it's a bill you said you was going to take care of, whether it's something you said you was going to get fixed, whether it's something you said you was going to help me move. In the event that you don't come through, mama's going to come through. And I don't want you to feel challenged like I'm not allowing you to be a man, but understand that in my household, I'm the head of my household and I have to be the man of this house.
I have to stop it right there and give a little pushback because I might be the head of my household, but I am not the man of my household, nor will I ever be the man of my household. Now, is that position open? Absolutely. Am I taking applications and resumes? Absolutely. Go ahead and send it over to conversationswithsoftrain@gmail.com. I don't have a closing date at this moment, but I will get back to you once I review your application or resume. No, let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. So let's continue.
until you come in and take over.
Yeah, is that something you bring up, like when you courting or dating somebody?
Absolutely. I always preface the sentence, you're never going to get to date me as a single woman. I'm always going to be a single mother. It's a whole different responsibility. I have
Right. And two, I will say, dating a single mother, you're not gonna be able to give that spontaneous hey, what you doing? Can I come take you out tonight? Type deal either when dating a single mother. She has to plan accordingly. At 6 o'clock on a Friday night, you cannot ask me, hey, can I pick you up at 8? No way. I have to plan, and I have to make sure that everything is settled in my household before I even think about giving somebody else my time. So let's finish this up.
to move very different. I can't be the damsel that you need me to be. I'm a mom. I have someone's childhood in my hands. So whether you get this done or not, it's getting done. And that looks like, oh, all my ladies who independent, but I got to be. I came into this relationship with somebody else's baggage and my own things going on. So I don't have the luxury to wait for you to feel masculine.
Right. Going back to that video, she said it so simply. She articulated it very well. It's not that we don't want to be the damsel. It's not that we don't want to depend on somebody. It's out of survival, where we haven't had somebody that we could depend on, that we had to do everything on our own. So when a man doesn't give a woman grace, and who is independent, who doesn't give her grace, and knowing that she has to really trust you in order to let down that independence, it gets tough. So I would encourage all men who are dating single women, dating single mothers, to give grace, to know that we're not intentionally wanting to bruise your ego or bruise any of your manliness by stepping over your offers to get things done when we just need things done. If I explain that well. If not, leave me a comment and I'll try to explain it a little better. So that was a very good, and thank you to Souls of Thought for running across it. Thank you to tonight's conversation. I'll make sure I put the link in the description so y'all can go view it yourself and leave a comment on their page as well. So is a single mother really too independent, or is she doing what she has to do? That right there, that's the question. Because let's be real, most of us didn't choose independence. We had to become it. Single moms holding down households, women grinding just to survive. You're not too independent, sis. You're doing exactly what you've had to do to keep yourself and your family afloat. So when people slap that, hey, you too independent label on you, honestly, I feel like they're just judging our survival story. And it's not fair. It's not. My independence came from necessity. It's always, if I don't handle this, it won't get handled. And for some of us, like myself, it came from growing up in homes where we had to grow up fast. My mother, she was an independent woman. She worked a job. It was just me and her. I would get myself up ready for school. I would get myself home from school, cook myself dinner because mama had 2 jobs. When I got home from school, I would make sure her uniform for her second job was ironed. She would come in, eat dinner, and she was going out the door to her other job. I would put myself to bed, wake myself up in the morning, wash my own clothes, get the house cleaned. My independence came from survival then. And for others, it comes from, I would say, heartbreak, divorce, raising kids on their own. Either way it goes, independence is not about proving a point. It's mainly about survival. And that survival turns into strength. Strength turns into confidence. And before we know it, we're walking around with a crown we didn't even ask for. But we earned it every single day, every single day. Now, let's talk the crown. Because, listen, it shines. It's about walking into a room knowing I did this. The lights are on. Me. Food in the refrigerator. Me. My child has clean clothes on his back. Me. It's about paying your own bills, making your own decisions, creating your own lane. It's freedom. From waiting on permission. From depending on someone else's pockets. From needing validation. And let's be honest, it feels good when people see all that and clap for it, because it's proof that even when life throws everything at us, we stand tall. But on the flip side, y'all, what nobody claps for, that cage. That cage is the quiet weight that nobody sees. It's the late nights, just like tonight, when you're holding it all together, but inside you're just tired of being strong. Tired of going to bed where the other side is empty. When people stop checking on you because they assume you got it under control because you make it look good. It's making every decision, paying every bill, carrying every load alone. That's that cage. That's that cage. It's heavy. It's heavy. And most of the time, we do it so well, we carry it so well that nobody even notices. And that's why I push back on the idea that independence is somehow a flaw. The cage, it exists, but that doesn't mean that we have to be trapped in it. Most of the independent women I know, like myself, they're longing for the freedom to finally put the armor down, to rest, to be held. But because society labels us as too independent, we don't always get that chance. And tonight, I know I talked about grace. And y'all know I love my book, Prayers and Promises for Busy Moms. And grace is in here. So I wanted to give, because it always gives 3 verses out of the Bible, and it gives a little prayer. So we're going to read that before we close out. The first verse comes from John chapter 1, verse 16. From his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. The second verse is from James chapter 4, verse 6. God gives us even more grace. As the scripture says, God is against the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. And the last one is from Romans chapter 6, verse 14. Sin is no longer your master, for you no longer live under the requirements of the law. Instead, you live under the freedom of God's grace. And the prayer that goes along with it. God, how do I begin to thank you for your grace? By definition, I am unworthy, and I daily prove this to be true. And possibly you love me no matter what I do. And I don't even have to ask. Before I even know I need it, it's already given. I am overwhelmed by your grace. Help me to show that same grace to my children and others around me, especially when circumstances are stressful and I find myself losing patience. In the comments, let me know what God's grace looks like for you. So, when I say the crown and the cage, that's what I mean. Independence is both. Crown is the power, the pride, the resilience, the perseverance that we discussed in the last one. The cage is the exhaustion, the loneliness, the invisible weight. And both of these came out of what did I say? Survival. Independence doesn't make us unlovable. It doesn't mean we don't want love or partnership. It just means that we have to survive until love shows up. So queens and kings, let's talk about it. Does your independence feel more like a crown, a cage, or a little bit of both? Drop it in the comments. Be open to sharing your truth. And of course, this is only episode 1. And in the next episode, we're going to dive deeper into independence and relationships and why some men might feel that it's intimidating. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, hit the bell so you don't miss it in the upcomings. I might try to do the next episode live. We're going to see about that. As always, adjust that crown, queen. Rest your heart. You are loved. You are held. And your reign is safe with me. Until next time. Queens, don't forget to like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and share this with someone who needs it. And remember, her voice, her truth, her throne.